What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Space Jam Week here on Vover. Ben Cruz here, the head of sports programming at Vover, and this Friday, July 16th, 2021, today, Space Jam: A New Legacy starring LeBron James hits theaters and HBO Max, bringing the Space Jam universe back into our lives. The original Space Jam starring Michael Jordan hit theaters on November 15th, 1996, grossing over $250 million at the box office. To celebrate the newest addition to the Space Jam universe, we're celebrating Space Jam Week here at Vover by releasing 5 shows dedicated to the franchise, with the final episode of this series dropping today, Friday, July 16th, the day that Space Jam: A New Legacy hits theaters. Our first 4 Space Jam Week episodes are now live on the Vover Pop Culture feed, wherever you get your podcasts. As a reminder on how these shows are going to work, similar to Fast and the Furious Week that we did at the end of June, we're not going to be doing a rewatch pod of the 96 film or anything like that. We're looking to answer 5 big picture questions about the Space Jam franchise as a whole, all in our typical short form format. So, pop open some Michael's secret stuff. It's time to get sucked into a golf hole while Larry Bird, Bill Murray, and Newman from Seinfeld helplessly watch and answer our final question for Space Jam Week. Which movie is better? The original 1996 Space Jam or the 2021 Space Jam: A New Legacy? So, I actually just finished watching Space Jam: A New Legacy. I went the route of the HBO Max. That way I didn't have to leave the house. It was just right there, right away for me. And I guess to drop my opinion up front and not bury the lead, the original Space Jam movie was better. And I'll add this caveat that the original Space Jam movie, again, isn't a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. And it's not winning any awards. It's a kid's movie. So is this one. So take that as a grain of salt if you want. But A New Legacy, for me, just it felt like a 2+ hour long Warner Brothers commercial. They're just reminding us of all the entities that they have underneath their umbrella. And it just felt very meta, almost too meta, if you will. Like, the whole main character is a Warner Brothers algorithm, right? And so you can't step away from the Warner Brothers tie-in, I should say. And they double down on it over and over and over again. And obviously there's other gratuitous, product placement, Beats, Nike, all this other stuff. But the Warner Brothers stamp is heavy, very, very heavy in this movie. And, this might be more so just reminding us that the Looney Tunes are part of this bigger Warner Brothers universe and maybe trying to reinvigorate some energy regarding the Looney Tunes. But, man, it was just hard to ignore that they were shoving it down our throats with the Warner Brothers placement every single spot, especially bringing in, all the Harry Potter references, all the Game of Thrones references, Batman, Superman. It just felt like they didn't believe enough in the Looney Tunes and LeBron even that those two entities could make it work. As far as the storyline goes, I like that they obviously had to differ it from the original. And this one had Hook vibes, Hook from 1991, the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman film, where Al G. Rhythm, or whatever Don Cheadle's bad guy character name is, basically takes LeBron's younger son under his wing and, in essence, turns him against his dad in order to get what he wants, which is LeBron. He wants LeBron part of his algorithm so that Warner Brothers can win. And he wants to be the brainchild of that, and he's upset that LeBron poo-pooed the idea in the meeting with the Warner Brothers executives. So I appreciated that aspect of it, that it was very, very different from the first one. That being said, the stakes then get convoluted toward the end because obviously the bet is whoever wins the basketball game, up front anyway, is that if LeBron's team wins, him and his son go free. If Algae Rhythm's team wins, then LeBron has to stay within the algorithm and within this computer space that has been created. And then right before the game starts, all of a sudden it's not just LeBron, but the millions of followers that LeBron has developed over time on his social media are now also at stake. And LeBron doesn't seem to grasp it. Like, that's not shade at LeBron. That's more shade at the writing, I suppose, a little bit, in that the stakes became very, very convoluted in that moment, right? Because I guess we feel for LeBron in leading up to this, that obviously we want him and his son to be free back in the real world. But now we have all these millions of people, all these cameos. Ernie Johnson's in there calling the game. Michael B. Jordan, part of the crowd. Also a little tease that he might have joined the team at halftime. So the original Space Jam for me was just better because the stakes were very clear from the jump, right? If the Looney Tunes don't win, then they have to go live on Moron Mountain for the rest of their lives and entertain over and over again to no end. And I did like the spin here that LeBron had to find them for help, and instead of the other way around where they were seeking, in the original, they seek Michael Jordan for help. So I get that you have to make it different. And again, this is not a movie made for me. So am I being probably too hypercritical? Maybe, but again, I'm just trying to go at basic storytelling principles here. And there's only so much product placement and reminder that this is a Warner Brothers entity that I can take as a person. So I'm sure kids will enjoy it a lot more because they're not going to really see that. I don't even know if the kids will understand all the references that get thrown at them from Warner Brothers perspective. So that'll be interesting. But I mean, I think this movie is going to succeed based on LeBron alone. As the beginning montage shows, he's his own entity. He's bigger than the Looney Tunes at this point. So he's going to carry this film, and it's now part of the universe. And I think from LeBron's perspective, why wouldn't you do this? Right? Like you have everything else. This is the start of him looking at beyond his basketball career. And he's, in his best roles, he has played himself. I think the script that they wrote for him could have used a little bit of work in that, playing up some of his strengths, which is more humor. I think they had him playing a little too serious and too deadpan at times in this movie. But other than that, if we're answering the question, which film is better, I got to rock with the original, not to sound too much like an old man yelling at a cloud, but it's fun. It's 2 hours of fun where you can turn your brain off and enjoy a movie. And with that, let me know what you thought about Space Jam: A New Legacy. Drop your thoughts in the Vover app. Hit us on social. And thanks again for celebrating Space Jam Week here with us on Vover. This was a lot of fun. Ben Cruz here signing out. Peace.
Vover.